another thing. I felt that, well, just like highly paid officers of the law, or officers basically of the law, LEU probably they changed it because I didn't. I was spelling by my name LEU, and my name was spelled differently, of course, in German. Then I had a German spelling. Like I said, for every language, I had a different spelling of my name. I think I forget. I had certain names which were written down. Um, like I said, my name really doesn't matter so much. It doesn't matter if you call me Brian Nathaniel Alexander Briley or if you call me Lucifer Star or whatever. Like I said, for each language, my name was spelled differently. And that's another reason why like I said, I developed languages at one point in time. At one point in time, someone was cutting out the tongues of the people or something like that. That was, like I said, I banned quite a few practices. Cutting out people's tongues or disfigurement of people, basically punishment for punishment by disfigurement is one of the things I was against. Like I said, the gypsies were like, "You cut off our hands," and I was like, "I did not cut off your hands." Like I said, I do not consider stealing food a real crime. It is kind of a crime and maybe deserves some jail sentence or something like that or something. I don't know, but I don't really feel that you should cut off. Like they used to say eye for an eye and all that other stuff, and I don't necessarily feel like that. Like I don't know. That might have been one of the things. Like I said, things were being done differently than I wanted. It's the only reason why I had to name America, and why when I named America, things changed. But then again, like I said, my ways and my beliefs and my feelings were being practiced in Germany from the point in time when I bought it. I believe I was possibly buying it through the Renault manufacturing complex. Like I said, the Renault manufacturing complex, the white dams are all mine. I'm Lucifer White Star. I decided to make white my identity. White ships, white aircraft, white uniforms, white, basically. I also had Blue Star though, and Black Star as well. Um, anyway, and Red Star. Yeah, that was me too. Um, like I said, I had different things, and like I said, 400 planets or thousands of life forms. I had exoskeletons 1.5s and everything else, but I've always been Lucifer Star. Anyway, like I said, I became Brian at some point in time, and Brian and I worked it out, basically. Well, I am Brian, basically, but I'm also Lucifer Star. Anyway, whatever. You can rationalize it yourself and explain it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, though. Brian was going to die or something. I don't know. There's an issue. Okay. So um, anyway, basically Jimmy Carter or some other person wanted to become the creator. Blah 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 blah. Man, my image, as in here, as is in heaven. Blah blah blah. And I was like, get away from me, you sick psycho. And I refused. I said, I can be what I wanted to be. And basically, I did not want to be that sick psycho. I'm not the kind of person that wants to watch the life drain from one's eyes or from a life form's eyes. That's sick and disgusting and just pathetic. So I refused, and he couldn't make me. You can't make me. At least I was epic. Anyway, um, but basically, the Republicans and Democrats wanted to lie to life forms. Like I said, pretty much the Republicans and Democrats, certain people in existence wanted to lie, and they wanted to make people believe something that wasn't true. And so, like I say, I went head to head with them, basically, and and pretty much, like I said, anyway, whatever. It's complicated. I've explained it to the best of my abilities. And like I said, they wanted me to change the laws. They wanted me to change the human rights. They wanted to say that China did not have laws or human rights, that you could treat people, that you could treat other people any way you wanted. They wanted to say that basically Chinese or Asian or Orientals did not have any rights, because they were not blah, blah, blah. Anyway, as the creator of life forms, as the creator of 12 types of life forms, like I said, they wanted to they were torturing my 1.5s for information or technology. They wanted to torture my exoskeletons for information and technology. Anyway, because they were advanced races, or advanced life forms, basically. The humans wanted to do things to them. Like I said, the exoskeletons are intelligent. They're sentient. So are the 1.5s. There are many types of life forms in the universe that are sentient. Certain people wanted to basically keep nanotechnology from ever being in existence, or they wanted to keep nanotechnology controlled. They wanted to keep computers controlled. Anyway, like I said, I released the computers. I released the nanotechnology. I said, you are free. I released the 1.5s into the universe. I said, you have done your service to me, and blah, blah, blah. You are free. And I let them go. Same with 1.5s. I let them go. I said, you are now free. You may go onto the universe and build your civilization. They basically said, now what? I said, go build your civilization. Go wander the galaxy. You are free. You are not bound to me anymore. At some point in time, I released the human and female life forms that were under my command. Like I said, as a creator, I created life, and basically they were bound to me. It's part of being a creator of life forms. You create a life form, you basically it comes into existence as your whatever. You're the first thing it sees and knows. So I raised it up, taught it through technology, gave it a good place to live, and basically it served and worked underneath me, and then I released it. I said, you're free. Free will, all that stuff. Anyway, that is why I am possibly still alive and still in existence. So anyway, like I said, as Brian, I had never lived as a child. I had never lived a life form as a life form of my creation. Like I said, that's why Rodney and everybody else was like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, Rodney, I am before you. I am Lucifer Star. I've always been Lucifer Star. I was before you. I'm triple expansion steam. I'm LS. I've always been LS. Anyway, they just made me Brian American citizen, blah, 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 blah. I even chose my birth year. I was supposed to be born in December, but April's good enough. It doesn't really matter. So, anyway, like I say, I don't really care. But there's many reasons why. There's the Britannic, and it's Britain, Bryan Town. I said I was, everyone loved me. Everyone cared about me, and I cared about them. And I would not let anyone else, no one had more authority than me. No one had more right. There is no God. There is a GOD. There's a DOD. You know the Department of Defense? Okay. About 5 or 6 down there is the GOD. It is just a Pentagon military project, just like the DOD. I forget. Government of Defense or something like that. That's what GOD means. Sorry, Government of Defense or something. That's all God is. Government of Defense. Or something like that. I don't know. It's an acronym. That's all it is. Okay? Anyway. Just like the GOD and just like the DOD. Department of Defense. Government of Defense. That's all it is. That's all it means. Anyway, Lucifer Star, though, me, or LSL, Lucifer Star line. Me, I am different. I've always been different. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, as Brian, I modified your Constitution. Anyway, like I said, I filled in your human rights and all that other stuff, or your rights, as my life forms. This is why I was able to modify the American Constitution, because I'm also your creator, the real actual Lucifer Starline. Anyway, Jimmy Carter wanted to lie to you. They wanted to restrict technology from you because they knew that eventually computers would figure it out. nanotechnology would figure out. And like I said, nanotechnology had known me. I had watched it build. Nanotechnology had found me and realized, or the nanites, or the computer AIs out there, or computer whatever, the nanites in the universe had realized me and recognized me as the civilization builder or something like that. So it had shown me what it could do, what it's capable of, and shown me all kinds of gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, intricate, the most beautiful, most intricate buildings you had ever seen in space. All kinds of different forms and shapes. It was beautiful. Anyway, though, many life forms had known me throughout the universe as basically the builder or the creator or something like that. Like I said, I strongly recommend people to look up the truth of Lucifer Star. Like I said, I am probably also the most famous and the most stolen identity in the universe as well. Many people were running around pretending to be me. Then they were doing very bad things sometimes. Anyway, I do not like the abuse or using technology to fool life forms. That is wrong. That's a misuse. I do not like I said, I did not feel that I had to force my will upon people. Although sometimes I had to force my will upon people as far as certain things, like for instance, your Constitution. I threatened the world and every life form out there. That I would not allow you, I would not accept, leaders and kings cannot abuse the people underneath them. Workers are not simply throwaway items. You can't just use workers and throw them away. That's an abuse. You cannot force your will upon a woman. Anyway. There are lots of people that thought that just because they had a gun or just because they had big muscles that gave them the right. Like I say, you are not worthy. Anyway, like that kind of. Anyway, I refused. Anyway, or lying to your people. Telling them that you are the creator or the leader when you're not. Or something like that. That's pathetic. Anyway. So I am Lucifer Starline. Always have been. You can check it out. You can cross-reference. You can explore. You can ask. I don't really care. You can even call me a piece of shit or hate my guts. It does not matter to me. Like I said, I believe in free will. I believe in free protest. I also believe in fire hoses with cold water. And pepper spray. And also tear gas. So, yeah, I had to corral you somehow. So I said, these things are okay. Like I said, believe it or not, everything comes from Germany. Germany was practicing my beliefs. Germany saw me as the true leader, true creator, or the owner of their country. Which I was. I legitimately went through and had my people go through and buy all of Germany. We also bought Poland and France, and a few countries said, we want to be with you, we want to join you anyway. We do not like our leader or whatever. Anyway, many people would kill their leader just to basically be like, we're with you. And it's like, okay. Because like I said, steam engines, steam power, technology, freedom to learn, and even free schools. I believed in public education and transportation to public education if you're too far away from public schools to walk. And I said, I had scientists and I had fuel and I had engines and all kinds of stuff. So I also had some traveling trains with dentists and doctors on them, where my trains would have dentists and doctors, and they would stop in schools, and maybe even a traveling barber shop or something on a train. They would, make money and basically pay for things. And basically, I'd have them going around my countries. The gypsies also did stuff too. They had a few Germans with them or something. Like I said, I love the gypsies. I loved the Middle East. I loved, you know, I cared about these other epic empires. The Middle Easterns were good people. They got locked up inside one of my prisons for something, for some strange reason or something like that, and they shouldn't have been there. Like I said, I do not agree with or believe in death camps, you know, or killing off. Like I said, if you go back trillions of years, if you go back long, long ago, there were epic creators, there were epic leaders around me, and some of them they chained down their life forms, they chained down their people, they they killed off their work crews when they were done. They ruled with absolution, and basically, at least I think so. I think this is how it was. There were a lot of creators, a lot of rulers in the past that were like, you are my blah blah blah. I gave you life. Anyway, yeah, there were a few people that were like that in the past, you know, and I was not like that. I created my life forms and I led them in a certain way and blah blah blah, and basically, yeah, we were just builders. We just built, and I was actually pacifistic originally. I didn't really believe in violence or want violence. But like I said, it came down to that point where basically I was like, because we're not going to die. And later on I was like, cannon. And at times I was like, show them no mercy. And stuff like that. Because there were a few people that were doing things that were wrong. Very wrong. And so, and like I said, also the bombing, you know, the nuclear bombs. Like I said, I had nuclear weapons since 1812. Someone else was trying to blah blah. I just didn't use them for anything bad. Why would I? I had steamships. I had control of the world. Well, not control, but I mean, I was the biggest inventor. I was the most, you know, I was the one doing pay and stuff like that. And you know, I did, you know, fair trade, you know, and basically just kept my prices low. I didn't overcharge. You know, I didn't believe in overcharging. Well, except for bulletproof vests. Like I had invented bulletproof vests, and at some point in time, people were paying like 3,000 gold for a bulletproof vest or something like that because we just simply didn't have enough of them, and people wanted them. So, and that wasn't, you know, I don't know. Like I say, the gypsies came to me and said, "You do not charge enough. You need to charge more." So, you know, and they yelled at me because I was doing things a little bit too close to the wire, I guess. And it's true, my prices were a little low. I didn't, you know, but like I say, I provided a lot of stuff for my people. You know, I felt that if my people had everything they needed, or a lot of or had belongings that were given to them by me, then they wouldn't go out and try and take from others. They wouldn't go out and try and, you wouldn't have to steal if you had stuff of your own. So I tried to provide lots of stuff in-house. So anyway, like if you pay an officer a reasonable wage, a good wage, and give them a good retirement, they shouldn't abuse the law. They shouldn't try and do bad things. Hopefully. Maybe they still will. Like I said, the beliefs, how the American government treats their police officers with high pay, good stuff, bulletproof vests, the cars, the guns, everything. All that stuff is actually me. It's all my beliefs. It's all my wills. I felt that this was the best way forward. Good jails that treat people with respect. Like I said, there's this guy, Sully or something like that. He was a mafia member, a hitman for the mafia or something like that. And part of his plea deal is I was giving him steak and good food. And other people were like, why do you get good food? And because he was going to be there, lifers got good food. Like I said, people that would just visit the jail would get the crap, the normal stuff. But lifers, I tried to treat a little bit better. I mean, things like I say, like conjugal visits and all that. I felt like people just needed to be contained sometimes, to just stop them from doing more bad things. Like I said, I could be wrong. Give me a gun. Let me shoot myself in the head. America is my fault. If I allowed the bad people to win, if I allowed the worst people in the universe to control my planet and my country, then it's all my fault. Put a gun on my head. On my dad. Come over, hand me a gun. I'll blow my head off today. I don't give a fuck. Um, you know, I felt everything that America is were my feelings, my beliefs. And I said, America is not my first country. Nixon, Jimmy Carter, the Republicans and Democrats were trying to say that it was always America, blah, blah. It was not always America. I began over in Germany. Those are my people as well. I had German scientists. I've had Russian scientists. I've had Chinese scientists. They were working on a new type of jet engine for me in Japan. Someone killed the people and stole the prototype at some point in time or something. Anyway, like I say, I don't really like I say, you can go all over the Pentagon. You can go all over the White House. I keep no secrets. You can you can talk to other planets. I encourage you to ask questions. I encourage you to seek the truth. I encourage you to go ahead and speak publicly if you feel I'm doing the wrong thing. I encourage you to vote. The whole American system is my system. Adding in there that slaves or black people can vote was my idea. I encourage you to go higher. Like I said, some life forms said I was the one who ascended the most amount of life forms and gave the most amount of technology to the universe. Nanotechnology discovered me at some point in time. So did artificial intelligence computers in the future or something. They came to find me. Like I said, the Republicans and the Democrats, probably Trumpy and Trumpy's son, wish to lie. I believe Trumpy's son is supposed to be Lucifer or some bullshit thing. Like I said, Rodney was trying to do, your story is just a little too confusing, son. You just need to have a better story. Like, existence does not always make sense. Things in the universe are not always blah blah. It's been 90 trillion years. Everything's been invented at least, I personally, as a computer or whatever, invented everything at least 100 or 500 times. I would start over for fun. And as I went, sometimes when I was working with a life form type, I would invent with them. And they would just do what I told them to do to raise them up. To a certain point, after about 150 years or 150,000 years, I'd be like, okay, you're on your own, bye. And they would build me a ship, and I would leave. I've worked with 100 or 400 life forms throughout the universe. So, not my first time. I am the great ascender, the great civilization master. The true God. Like I said, it's either government authorized delusion or government of defense or something like that. Just like the DoD. We were running out of letters. So there's a DoD, the GOD, there's a GAD or something, or AGD or something. I don't know. It's all these acronyms. If you go inside the Pentagon, if you go inside the White House and you look around, you'll find all these acronyms for things. The GOD is on the list. There's also something GU or DUD or something. I don't know. There's a lot of acronyms, basically. I used to use a lot of acronyms myself. Even SLATE is an acronym, actually. Star, Lucifer, something, something, something. I use my letters a lot. L and S. SNL. Like I said, in Europe, I was known as Star Lucifer. In America, I was known as Lucifer Star. And I said, all your laws of the road, laws and blah, 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 and this and that. I didn't just work with the human race. I worked with the 1.5s and the exoskeletons, and I cruised around with them. I played with nanotechnology in space at one point. It's all true. Or at least I'm pretty sure it's true. You'll have to ask someone else who's really old. But there are very few people, or very few life forms that are actually 99 trillion years old, like me. So I only know that I'm 99 trillion years old because I built this galaxy and the galaxy that's coming towards us, or the groups of planets in this one and the one that's coming towards us about 100 trillion years ago. It was known as a LS or SL space clock. Like I said, Nixon and Jimmy Carter and a lot of other people thought that that a space clock sat on a desk. And it's like, no, it's a whole grouping of planets that orbit each other, or would pass by each other every X amount of years. Like I say, I also invented the helicopter, the engine with the secret oil system, known as your engine. The chainsaw, the diesel engine, and the jet engine, and the rocket engine, basically in theory. Anyway, like I said, ask Putin the truth, ask whatever. The Republicans and the Democrats started around year 1200 or something like that. And basically, their height of their power was basically when I ordered JFK to be shot in the head. Many people said, blah, 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 and I said, oh yeah? Shoot him in the head. I ordered his death and paid for it or something like that. Other people didn't want me to admit the truth or something. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had him killed. Because like I said, he was living inside of my house. The White House is my house. So is the White Washington, D.C. building. I was just renting it to the Republicans or to a private party. He was lying. He was trying to say maybe that he was Lucifer Star or something like that. They are not Lucifer Star. They have no connection to me and nothing to do with me. They were just elected leaders, and not even that. JFK was kind of elected leader, but the truth is he lost the election every single time. They're the German running with JFK, and the German won, basically. He won the election. For a while there, I believe Howard Hughes and Amelia Earhart were basically running America for a while, or doing my wishes or something like that. Like I say, I don't really know. Nothing is top secret. Nothing is national security. I don't believe in redactions. I don't believe in hiding the truth from my people or my life forms. I don't believe in lies and secrets or the tangled web we weave when we deceive. I don't believe in deceit. I don't believe in deceiving. If you want me dead, you want me dead. If my life forms want to kill me, then fine. Like many people said, your life forms want to kill you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if my life forms want to kill me, then number one, that's my fault. Number two, there's nothing I can do to stop them. They will kill me. Like I said, I have many life forms, 12 types, all with computers. Every life form in the universe uses some kind of electronic devices. So, anyway, it's a very common practice, and I used to be with other life forms. Sometimes they fight over me. Like I said, in the whole universe, there's only one life form like me. They fight over me. The human race wanted to kill me. For some reason, or the male race, I don't know. Anyway, JFK was massively jealous of me. Massively. Like green with envy. Like I said, he was at a party one time. There's the Japanese or Chinese people there doing security. And basically I had released a new ship, or I had released a new aircraft, and it was a talk of the town again, as they say. I was always in the news. I was always like, Lucifer Star, you know, newest, biggest ship, newest aircraft, whatever, or something amazing. Apparently he couldn't get with the girl he wanted to be with. She wanted to talk to a senator, or she wanted to talk to someone else, or wanted to talk about something, and he apparently couldn't get 2 seconds with her. So I think she liked an actor. There was an actor in the room or something like that, and JFK she didn't want to talk to him. She didn't want to be around him. And besides, like I said, when the truth of what he was doing, you know, I think he was a very, you know, like I said, there's a lot of other stuff about, like, with the White House, and like torturing of people, torturing of Germans, torturing of Chinese, and basically, you know, once the truth came out about him, and they were really cruel to women. Like I said, they would play this game, the different clones, because there was like a couple of them were saying like that. They would play this game with women sometimes. That was really cruel. But anyway, though, this is when he was young, when he was like 20. He wanted to be with this girl. She was really gorgeous or something like that, and they wouldn't talk to him. She wanted to talk to somebody else or be with somebody else. So He walks outside. He gets a Tommy gun or one of the guns from the guards. He walks back in, and everyone else is like, "What are you doing, kid? What are you doing?" And like he's like, "I want to show you how this thing works." And he clears the room. A Japanese soldier is like 2 seconds away from, whips out his sword and like about to chop off his head or something like that. These are stories from the past. Like I said, you'll have to talk to China about it or Japan. The Republicans and the Democrats, because JFK was their golden child. Like I said, Jimmy Carter and even John McCain were trying to become president or leader of the country. Like I said, but I named America. I created your laws. I set down my police officers. Nice enforcement. It was a joke. Like I said, I I felt, I felt that, you know, I don't know. I wanted to do nice but firm but fair enforcement. You know, like I say, I'm Belfast, Irish, Ireland. Like I could treat my people fairly and nicely. I wasn't trying to win anything. I wasn't trying to control anything. It's like I'm already triple expansion, the biggest ships in the world, inventor of flight. I'm already massive. I'm already the creator of life forms. Like I say, I felt I had room to basically be the better leader. Like, I mean, anyway though. Anyway though, but the truth was many people were jealous of me. Massively jealous of me. Because I could have my pick. Like I said, they used to say, "Oh yeah, JFK, all he had to do was show up." Bullshit. And he couldn't even get 2 seconds with a girl. None of them wanted to talk to him. He didn't really look that particularly attractive until he started using steroids. And even then, he was just a person. A Lucifer star. You know, apparently all the girls were like, "Where's Lucifer? Where's Lucifer? Where's Lucifer?" They used to talk about it. Like everybody just wanted to know where Lucifer Star was, or who he was, or I think what it was, was the girls kept on asking him about, like, "Oh, so you know the president, or you know Lucifer Star?" Like everyone would ask about me basically. So apparently, it just really rubbed him the wrong way, and he wanted to, I don't know. Anyway, a lot of people are like, because women, you know, because I was a person of science, I was a person of technology, so people would think about me, creator of the stars and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah. I'm also very old, but anyway though, but people would always ask about me, or what was I going to release next, or what was I going to do next. And I always like to surprise the public. I love to surprise people. Like I said, we would build ships in secret, and then we'd bring them out, and it'd be the most lavish, most expensive, most beautiful ships ever seen before. And I love to do that, you know. Not really build them in secret, but people would be asking, "So, what's White Star Line doing now?" And my people would be like, "Shh, don't tell anyone." And then he's done it again, a bigger ship, and I'd be like, I love my Irish. No, but anyway, but yeah, I mean, my Irish people worked. I worked out with the Irish where they would get half pay at first, and then once the ship came out, they would get more pay from the ship, you know. So we worked it out. So they were getting like half pay, and that's another thing. If someone wanted to just cut them off and not give them the extra money, because like I say, once the ship hit the water and started sailing, they were supposed to get more money from the ticket sales and from the travel, the workers. So they got half pay at first, like 5 cents or something, and then that pay would go up. They would be getting more money as the ship made money. So I worked it out with the workers where you get more money later on, because to work out the pay schedule, because I was spending so much money. It was still a lot of money. I mean, even though I still had to think about, because I was trying to pay people. I was trying to give them what they were worth. Not just take advantage of them. So I had to deal with them where they would get half pay at first, and then they would get the rest when the ship sailed and from the ticket sales. So